Alrighty, Lumberjacks, welcome back to another Logging from Scratch episode. Now, as you will notice, in this video, it is a lot brighter, a lot more vibrant. The colors are brighter. I came to the conclusion that I was watching all these different YouTube thumbnails go screaming by when I was looking on YouTube, and I thought to myself, I'm like, man, look how much we as YouTubers crank the crap out of the brightness and the contrast and make the thumbnails look so cool and so bright and colorful. And then I was like, well, why don't we do that with the videos to make them a little bit better? So I was able to play with OBS and add some filters and stuff. And yeah, I kind of played with a couple test recordings and I liked the results. Now, I mean, not everybody's going to love that. Some people prefer the darker theme, but I really, really like this bright, colorful, vibrant colors. I don't know. I just really like that look. It's kind of like being able to make the game how you wanted it, and that's kind of what I want from it. So hopefully going forward on the next episodes as they come up, you guys will enjoy the ability to see everything that's going on, because that's kind of what my goal was. Anyway, so without further ado on that, let's jump to it. So today we're going to be continuing our plan. We were going to start processing here. So we have a few piles down from when we were bunching. Unfortunately, I think my buncher is now gone. But that's okay, because I decided instead of bunching, I'm just going to grab trees and pile them, because it'll be a little bit faster that way. Then we don't need two machines to do one job. So, yeah, I'm just going to start processing. And I think we decided on 15s last time, so let's go with that. And I'm not sure really where I want to lay these. Probably just right over here, I think. And then as we go, like I said, we can just kind of... I'll put the little ones a little higher back here. As we go, we can just kind of pile them in here, make our own little world. Oops, man, I fixed that. My my microphone is attached pretty much to the front of where my keyboard connects. So every time I go to move my microphone, my keyboard lifts up. So I gotta put some kind of something to hold that back. Yeah. So, what are we doing? Topic of the day today. So I actually have this list in front of me that I've been going through and crossing off what we've covered and things that we haven't. And I've been getting lots of ideas from you guys in the comments, which is awesome. Keep the ideas coming. If it's something we've already covered, I won't cover it. If it's something we haven't covered, at least I'll give it a try. I mean, it's the least I can offer you guys. So today, what are we covering? Let's grab our paper here. So we did track machines versus wheel machines last time. Today, we are doing Tiger Cat versus John Deere. Now, again, I always say it's hard when you're comparing real-life things to Farming Simulator, because obviously you're going to hear very differing opinions for what works and what doesn't. In real life, I've heard a lot of different opinions on both John Deere, Tiger Cat, even in Caterpillar as well. I mean, if we want to go as far as comparing all brands, we can play that game too, but that might be a longer discussion. John Deere and Tiger Cat. So I don't really have a preference. I used to be hardcore Tiger Cat, not a big fan of John Deere, but John Deere's really grown on me over the years of editing and playing and watching them operate. Again, back to the argument of, you know, Ford versus Dodge versus Chevy. It's really personal preference. It's really experience. If you're a guy who's run Tiger Cat your whole life, you know how Tiger Cats work inside and out, probably, if you're in the bush. You know how they operate. You know their downfalls and their best parts. On the verse side of that, you know, if you're working with John Deere, it's the same difference. You know that system since you were working, then you're going to prefer that type. I think that's kind of what it comes down to, more so than it being a real quality brand issue. It's more of a user experience. So as a modder, I would probably go with, oh God, I can't choose one. I like them both, I really do. I think Tiger Cat, I'm still a diehard Tiger Cat fan regardless, so I think I would probably say Tiger Cat would be my choice if I had to choose one. I mean, you guys can leave in the comments below what your gig is, what's your piece of equipment that you like to operate or would like to operate. And again, like I said, it comes down to experience and time. I think a lot of people, brand loyal people, whether it's for vehicles or equipment or consoles or computer types or graphics cards, I think a lot of people are just going with, like, without experience. A lot of people don't have experience, and they make a decision just based on what they hear. It's really the people who have the experience with the equipment, with the machines, with the brands, whose opinion is really the most important, because they know what actually breaks on them, cost, maintenance cost. If you really want to go from like a statistical point of view, you could look at the stats of breakdowns on John Deere equipment versus breakdowns on Tiger Cat equipment. But maybe that's not what you're in for. Maybe you're looking for maybe you like yellow better than green. Maybe it's a visual look for you. It's really hard to put a defining thing on it, because I know lots of people that like certain vehicle types, and they like the way they look. They don't really care about what kind of engine's in it. They don't care about what kind of tires or brakes are on it. But if it looks good, they're like, oh, that's the brand I want, right? So it's all relative in the end. It's up to the user and what they think and how they feel. So, but yeah, Tiger Cat, I think, would be my call. I think Tiger Cat, what I'm operating right now, my big old TC. But you guys, like I said, can leave in the comments below what you think is ideally the better brand. Now, whether it's actually true or not, who knows, but at least you can leave your opinion. Anyway, so what we're doing here is I'm going to make these giant stock piles of trees. Then what we'll do is we'll walk around with that loader and the clam bunk. What's going on here? My tires are backwards. There we go. And the clam bunk, and we will kind of just clean them up as we go. We'll be able to pile crap tons onto the back of that clam bunk, bring them back, and load them up. That'll be fun. Make some giant piles, have some entertainment. Finally started working on a new map, so that should be pretty good. Something a little different. I don't even want to talk details about it because I don't know how it's going to turn out. So let's just say it'll be new and neat and different. That's all the details I can give you at this current time. I also got to come up with a name for it too. Some kind of a name. It's hard picking the name for something, for a map. Sometimes you got to look at what's in it. I usually don't name a map until everything's completely done and I have a chance to walk through it, unless it's based off of something, but I like to usually have some kind of visual representation of it. Alright, so let's get this little grouping of trees within our reach here. And then we'll go process those other piles we got laying down over there. Oops. Actually got to get a picture here too. So we're back to doing pictures again, boys. It's a thing. There we go. It's a nice one. Pretty picture. I wonder how many pictures I have of this processor just up front for like thumbnails. Probably hundreds of thousands at this point. I feel like I've taken pictures of this processor so many times. Need to make some. I was thinking maybe I should make some more versions of the processor. Maybe like the 822, throw a processor head on that guy. Maybe the 909. I know the 909 was really popular with a Warta on it. Everybody really liked that one. So I might bring that one back to humanity again. Because I actually really enjoyed that one too. I guess we'll process kind of. Well, let's process kind of on the edge here a bit. We're gonna bury these logs underwater, but hopefully we'll be able to see them when we're loading. These little ones are kind of finicky. You gotta get them into the right spot to get things launching. There we go. Bloop. Beauty. And drop that one there. These ones are so far underwater. It's kind of fun. It's different processing out of the water. Might as well do something different, right? we're going to do it, might as well do it different. I was thinking trying to come up with a way to do swamp logging, but like the style of Axemen where they go recover them out of the water. That'd be so cool. Got a couple ideas that would probably work for that, but it's tricky. It's very, very tricky. Oh my god. Modders, as modders, we have lots of tricks up our sleeves to make things work, but man, sometimes it's a little tricky to make things go the way you want. The one thing I really would like to do is make a proper, maybe not proper, a different type of sawmill, because I'm really tired of the stupid sell points. I want something I can feed, like a hungry chipper, but not a chipper. I was thinking we're going to make, well, I'm working on making a placeable grinder, sawmill-y kind of deal, or ramp, or I don't know, some kind of something to make it a little bit more usable. All right, here we go. Let's go up here and grab these ones. It's just gonna be all these waterlogged trees just laying about. It's gonna get messy, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's process all of these. Bloop. There we go. We'll just kind of set them off one another here. And then we're going to put this guy right in the drink. Bloop. Disappears forever. Under the fog of water. God, I cannot stop yawning. Oh my god. I hope I didn't make any of you yawn while I was doing that, because I know it's contagious. Yawning is contagious, boys and girls. I think they proved that on Mythbusters, didn't they? Where they like made somebody sit in a trailer or something, and then one guy pretended to yawn, and then they all started yawning. It's pretty funny. Dogs do it too. To be on a totally different subject of things, but I remember reading an article about how when humans yawn, dogs tend to yawn as well. And now I'm talking about yawning, so I'm yawning. And now you're probably yawning because I'm yawning and talking about yawning. And I've also said the word yawning way too many times, and now it doesn't sound like a normal word anymore. I wonder what there's got to be like a definition for that when you say a word too many times and it starts to just sound like not right anymore. Pretty strange. I'm sure there's some kind of weird title behind it. There we go. Okay, scoop this piece here. Oh, jeez. So as I told you guys earlier, I am going to have some... I'm working on it. I'm not going to say I don't know. I really am planning it and trying to figure out the best way to do things, but I think I'm going to leave this series alone. Logging from scratch, I think I'm not going to screw with it because I actually really like doing this type of series where I can just whip them out quick and have fun, do some commentary, talk to you guys while we do some just basic logging stuff. It's kind of like a talk show. It feels like I put little effort into the logging and a lot of effort into the talking, so that's fun for me to do that. Now, I have some future stuff coming out that I want to be a little more edity. By edity, I mean I want to be able to do a little bit more production on them to make them a little nicer. So I was thinking about making a new series, but I don't know what to call it, and I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with it yet. So, I don't know. I got to try to come up with something. So right now, we have Logging from Scratch. We have Logging Bros, which I hope that's come out by the time I release this video. If not, you guys will see what that is. So Logging from Scratch, Logging Bros, and what else we got? We got the time-lapse. The time-lapse series, well, Logging Bros is kind of the time-lapse series now. I stopped with the original single-player time-lapses. Those were actually kind of... like, they were fun for me, and they were okay for a bit, but they do get repetitive watching them. I totally get that, because even I was watching them back, checking them out. And they were fun for a bit, and then they kind of got boring, so I saw the view counts going down on them, and I was like, oh, good, well, at least I'm not the only one feeling this way, so... Can I cut this while it's live? There we go. Just snip the top there. We'll just throw that over there. Whoop. Okay, so now I guess we can just keep cutting here. Keep grabbing them, knocking them down, you know. And I don't know how much we could clear this whole swamp if we really wanted to. I try to keep doing like different random things every video to just kind of be different, because I know how boring this gets for some people when you're watching, and it's just like, you know, I'm doing the same thing over and over. I mean, at least we're in a new area. This is kind of a pretty little swamp, so this is different. I imagine we'll clean up our little swamp area as much as we can here, and then we'll probably be going over to the new map, which is Port Murray, and be having some fun little adventures on that. I don't really have a plan just yet on what I want to do, but I try to think ahead sometimes and plan little adventures and goals. You gotta have a goal. Like right now in this series, I kind of feel like our goal was kind of done. We got to the end of our area up top there. Now I kind of feel like, oh no, what are we doing? Where are we? What's going on here? But I think when I start Port Murray, my goal is going to be, like I said before, a true logging from scratch. I want to start with nothing, like $500 in the bank, a chainsaw, and a pickup. That's it. That's all I want. And not a good pickup. I want the crappy little guy, because that could be fun. And then we're just going to go down and do some tree lopping, and yeah, I think it'll be fun. I need to build a map with a town with some trees that are low-hanging or something, and do some forestry jobs or something. That'd be kind of fun too. Like I said, there's lots of ideas out there. I just have to implement them. Time is my biggest problem. I don't have a lot of time to do stuff anymore, and it sucks. I mean, you'd never believe that with a mod coming out every week and videos coming out every day, but a lot of it's pre-recorded, so I have to really time myself to get things done and make sure I'm up to par on my schedule. So it is a bit of an adventure, but I'm having fun, and you guys seem to be enjoying it. I get lots of comments and lots of people liking it, and lots of people subscribing still. I'm so excited for when we get to 20,000 subscribers, which is going to be amazing. I'm really excited for that when we get there. Whenever that happens, I'm going to do some kind of special giveaway. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but something. So write that down in your journals and remember that, because I'm going to be doing something special for that. Try to remember. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think of something by then, I'm sure, but... Oops. Actually, it'd probably make a neat picture. Being all buried in the water. Let's actually get a picture from this side just to be different instead. Waterlogged. Waterlogging, more like. Alright, let's go into this section. Now, what should I do with this swamp? What are we going to do here? Why are we clearing it? What's our purpose? What's our goal here? Are we just logging, or are we building something? Maybe we're building some kind of something at the end of it. I got to go through the placeables and see what we got for buildings. Maybe we'll set up some kind of something. Because we need a purpose here. Oops. Oh, jeez. I see lots of YouTubers are getting into the role-playing stuff now, which is kind of different. It's a little bit entertaining. Some of it's a little wild, but I don't know, man. I just can't quite get myself to the level to do role-playing. I mean, I'm sure if I were to jump on that train, I could probably do some amazing stuff with it, but I just haven't quite got there yet. I have to plan something like that out a little bit, but maybe we'll get there. We'll see. Just maybe. Like I said, when you're doing this stuff, you gotta just go for it, man. I always have people emailing me, asking me advice for their channels, and what should I do, and what's the best way to get subscribers, and, you know, you got to be entertaining. You got to do something. And, I mean, I'm not very entertaining. I think my big pull was when I started making mods. Mods is my big thing that brought me into YouTubing, brought me into getting attention. My videos are fun and stuff, I think, for most people, but it's in no way like a super crazy entertaining show that everybody wants to go see. That's why I'm trying to do things like topic of the day, you know, turn into kind of more of a talking thing. So I have a lot of viewers who like to just listen, who don't have the ability to watch it because of their internet or because of whatever. So they like to just listen to the streams. So the more talking points I can come up with, the more entertainment that way, then the better. That's what I figure. But I would like to make it more more exciting, you know, do something like a storyline or like I don't know, something. But to anybody starting YouTube or doing anything that ask me, what should I do to get into it? The biggest thing that you're going to try to conquer is your own self-judgment and your fear of just going for it. I think 99% of people who stop going after something in life, whether it's YouTube or like some kind of art or something, they're scared of like the public having judgment over them. I think that's the biggest one. And I'll admit I feel the same way. Like if, you know, I am always like, oh man, I look like an idiot doing this, or I sound like an idiot doing this on certain things, and I like stop myself and I'm like, oh man, you got to get over that. Like you have to conquer your fear of what you're worrying about what other people are thinking about you. So I think that holds back a lot of really great artists and a lot of great YouTubers too. People are scared. People are scared of not looking cool or getting hate. But I'll tell you what, life is so damn short, guys. Don't you worry about it. You do what you want to do for you. And if other people follow and like it, I bet you'd be surprised by how many people actually are more inspired by somebody who's willing to just stand up and do their thing and not care what people think, as opposed to the person that hides out and goes, I'll never be anything. So there you go. There's my sound advice for you before we end it here. Anyway, I am going to end it because we're over our time. So if you like the video, leave a like, leave a comment regarding our discussion there, and I will do my best to respond to it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you're in the bush, don't forget to hug a tree. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.